YouTube was popping, MySpace, This one right here is somebody noted me today, which would be probably about, I want to say like 10, 20 minutes ago, if that. But somebody messaged me and on YouTube and asked me a specific question, which would be, how do you get the samples to stop after, like if you chop them in the slicer or what have you. What I do is I pull my sample in on the track, and like I said, I'm trying to get this all under 10 minutes, so excuse me if I'm being fast, but I hope everything is detailed and to the point. But what I do is I run the sample in on one track, I pull the sample into the pattern list or the playlist or what have the pattern. What I do is I would pull, let me try to show you so you can see what I'm talking about. What I do is I pull the sample in itself, and the sample would be on this track right here. So what I would do is come down here, right click, and then hit detect tempo. I'll right click on the sample itself within that. I don't know if y'all see my mouse, but yeah, there it is. Right click, detect tempo, let it detect the tempo. Click, I usually click, I'm good with tempos myself, but this is just for this tutorial. I'm good with samples myself, so I can usually detect the tempo or around what area the tempo would be in. With that being said, what I do then after the tempo is detected, so with the tempo being detected, excuse the glare, we're looking at 80.35 on that tempo. Okay, so now what I do from there is I pull in a slicer, and as you can see, all of those are sliced up. Those are all sliced up. And then after that, what I do is pull in the FPC, which is already up over here. And a lot of people have been asking me, how do I get my slicer and my FPC up at the same time? What you do is you have to go into your settings to do that, and they will both run at the same time. So what I do is usually drag my cut samples from 1 through 16, because I'm usually taking like 2 bars, you know what I mean? Yeah, like 2 bars. So if you know, fourth quarter bar is going to be 4 beats per bar: upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, kick, snare, kick, snare. You know what I mean? So with that being said, out of a 2-bar loop, you figure you divide 1 bar into 4, and you got 2 bars, so that's going to be 8 drops. And then if you do 2 bars, you get 16, which would be 1 up, 1 down, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, and so forth. That being said, I drag them from 1 until the 16th cut, or chop, if you will, over into my FPC. And the way I prefer to use my FPC is the same way I prefer to use my MPC, which I do own. So I go from the bottom left to right and up, like so forth, all the way to the sample is chopped. So if I play the sample right now, and it's an old Al Green song, but the only reason why I'm giving the name is just because this is a tutorial, and I'm sure a lot of people will recognize this sample. But here we go. Now this is me hitting on the pads. Okay, so now what the question was how to get the sample to stop when playing other samples. Now I'm just hitting that so I can mark that pad. I'm sorry, I was just making sure I was on that pad. So what you want to do is come up to right here where it says MIDI note, cut, by, and output. You put cut 1 by 1. I don't know if y'all can see that. Now I can see it, but hopefully y'all can see it. But you want to go to cut one. Oh wow, I think whatever that is, cut 1 by 1. Now when you open your FPC, by default it's going to look like that, even with sounds already in. So that's what you want to do, and you want to do that for each and every pad. And as y'all hear me clicking the sample, all I'm doing is just clicking the different pads and marking them one by one. Let me try to zoom in so I take that up. Now, so just with those four, with these bottom four right here, just pad 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now if I hit on here, see how it's not playing out? Now if I was to just hit this pad right here, the first one, see how I hit it? See how I hit it and it catches it every time. Now if I take the cuts off, which I just did, you get that confusion. So what you want to do is cut 1, cut 1. So now if I just wanted to play this in a different pattern, which this is just for the tutorial, don't get this chop all messed up like I'm doing this purposely. You see what I'm saying? Now if I was to just hit random pads, but you see all of them ain't clashing, you know what I mean? So hopefully that'll help. As you see down here, now if I was to just try to play it, you know what I mean? Clashing. So hopefully that helped. And with that being said, if that helps you, let me know. If not, let me know. And like I said, I'm not going to say no names because this might be helpful to anybody. Somebody could be looking for this right now, but the person who messaged me and asked me, hopefully this is helpful for you. And like I said, all you do is just pull your sample in to so you can see me. Pull your sample into a track on a pattern. From there you detect your sample tempo. Then you insert a slicer track. From there I like to insert an FPC, my fault, and drag all my samples from the fruity slicer into the FPC. And then you go into up in the right hand corner, and where it says cut and by, just put it up by 1, just 1. And once again, hopefully that was helpful. I am Young Deezy, aka Hot Handz ENT, which Hot Handz ENT is the label, you know what I mean? But I run that label, so that's why I say I am Hot Handz Entertainment. But thanks for checking this out. I appreciate y'all. And if you're watching this will be my 10th video, so please make sure you check out the previous 9, and I'm gone. Peace.